All right, folks, so this video is about applying all the theorems that relate to parallel lines cut by transversal. So in this first one, it says, in the figure, measure of angle 2 equals 75. Find the measure of the remaining angles. So let's start with angle 2, and let's call it 75 degrees. 75 degrees. Now what we know is, if angle 2 is 75, angle 4 is 75. Because they are vertical angles. And also we know angle 6 has to be 75 because these two are alternate interior angles. Alternate interior angles. If that's 75, angle 8 is 75 because 6 and 8 are vertical angles. So that's all the ones at 75. Then from there, I can look at angle 1, and I know the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180 because angle 1 and angle 2 are linear pairs. So angle 1 and angle 2 are linear pairs. So they add up to 180. So if I know that the measure of angle 2 is 75 degrees, I know the measure of angle 1 plus the measure of angle 2 equals 180. So the measure of angle 1 plus 75 is 180. So if I subtract 75 from both sides to isolate the measure of angle 1, I know that the measure of angle 1 has to be 105 degrees. So I know that for sure. I know angle 1 has to be 105. And if that, for that matter, if that's 105, then this is 105, and then this one is 105, and the other is 105. For lots of reasons. 1 and 5 are what's we're looking for, corresponding angles. These two are alternate interior angles. These two are vertical angles. These two are alternate exterior. All those reasons, they're equal to each other. So that's how we can do it if it's just numbers. Let's try now with variables. All right, so in this picture, it says that the measure of angle 1 is 3x plus 15. So let's put that into the picture right now. Once I know that fact, I'll plug it in. This is 3x plus 15. Make it look a little better. 3x plus 15 is here. Angle 1 is 3x plus 15. It said angle 2 is 4x subtract 5. So here's angle 2. And this is 4x subtract 5. 4x subtract 5. And it said measure of angle 3 is 5y. So this angle is 5y. We'll give this one 2 curves, and this one 1 curve, so I know that what's congruent to what. So this has 2, this has 3, this is 5y. And that's the number 5. And it says find x and y. So let's get this clear. These arrows here mean that these two lines are parallel, because they both have 2 arrows. These arrows mean that these two lines are parallel, because they both have 1 arrow. So let's get that out of the way. So these two lines are parallel. I know that this angle is corresponding to this one. So I know that 3x plus 15 has equal to 4x subtract 5 because they're corresponding angles, right? Because those two are corresponding angles. So if I solve this, I'm going to keep my variable positive, so I'm going to subtract 3x to the left, to the right, and I will get 15 equals to 1x subtract 5, add 5 over, so 20 equals to x, or 1x. So x has got to be 20. All right, so I might need that later. So let's get that straight. X is 20. And then from there, they said find y. So it's y's here. So since these two are corresponding, when we look at these two parallel lines, I know that this angle, 4x subtract 5, has equal to 5y. Right? And since I know what x is, I need to plug it in, because this problem has 2 variables, an x and a y. You can't solve it with two variables unless you have two equations. And I don't have any more equations. So I'm going to figure out what this is. This is 20 subtract 5 equals 5y. Since x is 20, I can substitute that, making this 80 subtract 5 equals a 5y. So 75 equals a 5y. And if I divide by 5, $75 divided by 5 is, I don't want to say it's 15. So y is 15. So I know x is 20 and y is 15. And anyway, that's how we can solve with variables. We can use what we know about them to create equations to solve it. I'm going to give you a new one. All right, in this example, it says that in the figure, measure of angle 3 is 102. So that's 102. Find the measure of each angle. All right, we got parallel lines here, and these two lines are parallel. So if that's true, let's get started. If that's 102, then this is 102, because they're vertical. If that's 102 and they're parallel, this is 102, because these two are corresponding, and it makes 5 102. And because these two lines are also parallel, if that's 102, this is 102, this is 102, angle 9 is 102, angle 11 is 102. So all those are 102. All right, so it's not 102, it's a supplement. So 102 from 180 gives me 78. So it means that the other ones are all 78. So this is 78, 78, I'm gonna give it two curves. 78, 78, 78, 78, 78. So all those are 78. And that's pretty much it. And it says find out each one. Angle 5 is 102. 102. Angle 11 is 102. Angle 15 is 102. Angle 6 is 78 because it's yellow. Angle 7 is 102. Angle 14 is 78. And it says state the theorem that goes with it. So angle 5 is 102 because 1 and what is angle 3? Angle 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles formed by parallel lines cut by transversal. I'm just shortening that, say alternate interior. Angle 6 is 78 because 3 and 6 are consecutive interior, and they are supplementary. Angle 11 is that angle because 3 and 11 are corresponding. It's corresponding. And angle 7 and 3 are corresponding. And that's where I'm going to stop. Good luck. Well, I can't stop there. 102, angle 15, is corresponding angle 7, which we just said was congruent to angle 3. And angle 14 is supplementary or linear pair. Linear pair with 15. Linear pair with angle 15. Anyway, that's all I have. Good luck.